drop in to our very first map of the day.
Interesting circle, we'll talk about it in a second, but we're very, very interested to see exactly what team number one in Falcons are going to do. That is the question mark that everyone kind of has, and I can tell you right now, it is maybe a slightly different look, if anything, but possibly not. Very much going for their tried and tested, not throwing any curveballs quite yet.
Yeah, a quick look overhead. It does look like our circle, by the way, has pulled to the northeast. So your teams up in Bio, Kim, Harbor, etc., they are going to be safe for a very long time. So this fight, a pretty important one. As per the usual, we talk about Fnatic and the Gentlemates fighting for Bio. So we're going to take a quick look at it right now to see who gets the upper hand. And well, high ground usually an advantage. Inxian thought he had an angle, but I think Inkyo snuffed it out.
For Fnatic, I think the storyline around them yesterday was a surprise at how well they were doing, but the fight here is currently ongoing. Team number 14 getting taken down. That is, of course, 9Z Globant. Inxian trying to stay alive. Gunfight's coming through. Back and forth we go, but it's Enkyo and Cole. The one's trying to get something rolling. They need a good day. That's a good start from Enkyo. 3 kills already.
Yeah, you can see this APAC team, as per the usual, getting pretty mixy. They don't land in Bio, but they come swinging up pretty aggressively, trying to pick up a couple kills in transition. Tini looking for anything to get his hands on. He was shooting so straight yesterday, but today, maybe not so much. Fight inside still ongoing as we see several kills flying in the kill feed across the map. This is a fight that will take a very long time, and frankly, it's one that will go on for maybe the entire map unless we get a full wipe. Most teams know we can't body stack with a full team of 3. We've got to put our anchor out deep into the water or wherever they need to be. So you can see Zakar way out under the boat. So we're going to swing over to Twisted Minds and see how things are going down here in the factory side. And so far, so good for a team that's right there on the bubble.
Really interesting to see how quickly some of these teams do start to move. You can already see Twisted Minds are making their way over towards this harbor side. And this is a big play from them, going up against Vision. This is 2 teams who are in that top 7 already. If you can get kills up against them, you take those all day long. Aydan will find the pick, but then everybody else starting to get involved. Here comes Dongy in the VP grip.
As the other classic fight we will continue to see. I don't think any of these teams are giving up POIs at this point. So VP going to continue to run into Team Vision. And of course, Twisted Minds right there down the way on the eastern side of the map. Your factory. It does look like, I want to say that actually Twisted Minds was uncontested in factory, which is a brand new strategy for Leviathan, as expected, frankly. They lost that fight many a time, so we're going to swing over to Control. This is one of the matchups, A versus C. You got to remember, Control is not that contested. We're not seeing 100 Thieves playing right now. We're not seeing Movistar Koi. It's Novo all day in Control for these first 3 maps. Watch out for that team. Feeling pretty powerful, but not a lot of kills to start things off.
Falcons starting to get a little contested down towards Living Quarters and Stronghold as the crowd getting excited in this one. Now currently on board with Noobs, trying to have a little bit of a look here over towards this northeast side, still being fought over between Inner Circle and of course our squad in Gentlemates. What can they do? Well, they're farming them again. More kills falling their way. This has been a brilliant start for Gentlemates and they need it.
Yeah, again, this is a fight in Bio that will last until the end. Our circle is going all the way northeast, all the way up to the top. And so this POI is extremely important to actually take control of. And Inxian comes swinging in, making the Gentlemates look a little silly. Inkyo having to play on the northern side, trying to get into the mix. But Fnatic, as much as we were saying they were out of it, they're having a pretty good map right now. Continuing to farm these kills as these 2 teams continue to trade blows. I think the big question in my mind, what's going on with Team Vision? What's going on with some of our other squads over in the Bio, or in the Chemical rather, area? You can take a look at FaZe as well, a bubble team that's looking forward to hopefully getting out of the bottom side of prison and into zone. Already we're shifting up to the top half of the map.
And quite a big surprise actually, we don't lose any teams. It was such a big pull for a lot of these players that you think of teams such as Falcons, if anything, who over towards Stronghold have to go all the way to the northeast side of the map. You're talking Industries, Chemical Engineer, everywhere around there needs to now start to be contested. And Falcons are struggling just a little bit. 1 player is currently alive from them, and I presume that's Hisoka keeping things alive, but keeping things rolling for them. Everybody's still alive and kicking, but this fight in and around bioweapons has been going on for quite some time. Fnatic trying to have another good game number 1 like we've seen yesterday in Padzuka. Can he be the catalyst for that?
You see the team in pink, number 6. It's going to be Resolve and Extra J, King Matty. playing the outside of this zone. Everybody knowing it's going to pull all the way to the northeast. Some folks getting ready for that, trying to find some sort of stabilization point. They know that Bio's not free. Two teams here, sandwiched amongst each other, fighting for the entire map. As the rest of these folks are rotating in nice and slow. And like you said, the fact that nobody full wiped at this point, this is a much slower start than we were used to from yesterday. Some teams feeling the pressure most likely, as Twisted Minds now hugging the right side of the map, up the eastern seaboard, looking for a couple folks floating in the water.
And this is the kind of game, and I just kind of want to go attest to that, as we can see Smith trying to find the pick onto Shifty if they can, is that when Strongholds is in a bit of an issue where in terms of where this circle does pull you, that's when they are going to hit from that Strongholds push.
Well, Twisted Minds in an interesting spot. Let's see what they're able to do here on the edge of zone. Let's go for a quick listen in with Twisted Minds and see what they can do as a bubble team.
Playing on the water kid right now. I might back up, Smith. They're gonna play me.
I have you over. I have you over.
He's still in the water on me right here.
I'm trying to look at you. Is he in the smoke?
Yeah, he's in the smoke right now.
Nading it? I'm trying to nade you?
Got him.
Nice.
They're not here. They backed up, I think. I think VP backed up.
Yeah, they did. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be able to get fight. We'll be able to pop and hold here, and we can see where we need to row. We're probably gonna have to go up prison though, just because VP is gonna like kind of I think focus us.
I'm not even gonna mess with the kids top prison either.
Yeah. Don't even like shoot at them. Keep watching for kids land to water, by the way.
As per the usual, calm, cool, and collected, pick up Shifty in the water and are just trying to assess where do we go from here. We know we're getting held by VP, and they're exactly right. VP is still maintaining position in Chemical.
And we lose a couple of our teams who were really sitting in around the bubble. You think of AG Global, they were in a pretty decent spot. They fall quickly, and Inner Circle also dropping out. More teams who are really fighting for that top 7. Not going to be taking part in the rest of this game, going out 13th and 14th. But look at this, coming in from Novo. This is the kind of thing they want to see. Javik's currently sitting on a plethora of kills, and they're in a really good spot on the map. They're looking for the transition over towards the middle, but they're okay where they are right now. Pretty uncontested over towards the left-hand side of the map.
Yeah, really interesting map view here to see this new zone. Like we mentioned, it's going all the way to the northeast. It's going to Bio, so that same fight is going to continue to happen in Bio. It does look like Team 12 has taken over Bio, finally winning the fight. But unfortunately, what's weird about this map is when you have these extreme zones, most of these teams are just trying to figure out how to rotate without losing their lives. And when you do that, you don't find a lot of kills. We're going to see some very low point totals because of these zones.
EVOS, the next team to drop. But here, what can EXO do? That's what they need to try and find, something along these lines. FaZe actually going for a little bit of a different drop yet over towards the top prison. Have they really getting a great deal for it? Well, Flanked has 5 kills, so it's not too bad of a start. And they really do have some sharks in the water beneath them. They start to transition away off towards this right-hand side. They fancy the fight against Twisted Minds. Flanked is going to run into 3 of them. Flanked is already dead. Really good work from Aydan Almond. They found another kill.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed with what Twisted Minds have been able to do to play this kind of eastern side of the map without getting taken down by VP. I might be eating my words here in a second because Dongy has a nice angle on him. Smokes galore and FaZe on top. Twisted Minds stuck between 2 of the biggest teams, and they have nowhere to go. As much as I was impressed with them up until now, I think that was a mistake, but what else can you do besides sprint at VP on the low side? Maybe a better option, but either way, a tough draw with this zone for a lot of teams. Right now, Novo in control of the western side of the map. Here's a look at him. On the eastern side, it's VP. Those are the 2 teams. The Gentlemates holding down Bio still currently. Those are the 3 teams I expect to have some of the highest point totals based on the kills that we've seen thus far. FaZe, the only team that's been able to run through prison for the most part, but now scattered and gone to the wind.
Lost a couple of our top teams. Team Vision have also been dropped. All fights going on towards this left-hand side of the map. They're losing out, but on our screens, a big game coming in here from Novo. We just talked about it, 9 kills for Javix. Can they continue this? Vortex, Cams alongside. They've been a bit of a surprise story for me, actually, in how well they have actually performed. But this is a big fight, I tell you. Number 1 and number 2 going up against each other. Twisted Minds and Falcons battling it out down low.
First time we haven't seen the Falcons on a crazy amount of points, and they're going to get cut down immediately. Falcons, and unfortunately a 3v2, and for the first time in a while, they actually face all 3 players at the same time, so the trades are free. Diaz Biffle, incredible, and actually trades out 1, which is a huge boon there for the Falcons to cut down 1, but Falcons are out of here. It's actually a boon for the rest of the lobby to only have 2 players left for Twisted Minds.
And now that's something to forget about for everybody else. You don't need to worry about Falcons. maybe farming you towards the end of the game. You don't need to worry about the position. You don't need to worry about their presence whatsoever. Circle we'll get a look at in just a little while, but you can see Fnatic in a decent enough spot here over towards the submarine. They'll be flirting with the edge of the circle right now. You can see in the top left corner. If that pulls over towards inland, they're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, this is, again, such a weird zone that a lot of these teams are having to pivot by playing through the water, and then it just becomes a pistol fight. I mean, shooting fish in a barrel, sure, but you're in the barrel with the fish. I mean, that's what it feels like. Constantly just farming what we would call free kills if you do have a position where you can spot one out in the water. Patzuka, again, this is really Fnatic and Gentlemate's game to win. The zone is pulling to their drop spot. They've been fighting for position the entire time. And Fnatic, having been pushed out by the Gentlemates, said, well, I guess we'll just take the sub and hope it continues to pull to the north side. Here's the problem, Ton. If it ends bio, Fnatic's in deep trouble, as are Extra J and Co. in the pink.
It's a big fight as the circle's starting to close in. Getting a little bit touchy for them. 3 more seconds and it's going to be entirely cut off, so it is literally get your flippers on, see what you can do. You look in the top left corner though, that circle's getting small. Bioweapons included. The team who are in the position to win this game certainly has to be Gentlemates.
Yeah, they've got high ground position. They don't need to move. Novo does have to move, but they're going to hold this position for a moment to pick up a couple teams in rotation. They know there's teams in the water. It's actually only one team on their side, and then they're going to move into new. The problem is there's not a lot of cover in this zone besides this building right here. I was about to shout it out. Twisted Minds out of here. VP knew they had to rotate to Industries. They had to make a play for the teams that had set up early, and they were able to execute it flawlessly. They take the low ground. You got Hamoud on the high ground.
EXO, a team on the bubble, trying to get something done here now as we start to get a little smaller. The circle will close for another 30 seconds. Teams starting to make their move. It's still Gentlemates in the prime position, but EXO and Co need to find something, and they've found Fnatic. They get wiped. They continue to move. Looking over towards the left-hand side of the minimap as well, you can already see that the movement is coming through from Novo. They're not in a bad spot either, but still Gentlemates, they wait. They wait and just find that position. Look at what Sage is doing though. Dongy VP getting involved. There you go. EXO gone as well. They're dropping like flies.
This is textbook work from VP. A perfect cluster on top of him. They heard the footsteps, able to knock a couple, and then go clean them all up. That's another great
Lovely
team
shots.
down. Flanked out of here as well. FaZe out of the top 5 and out of the game. Down goes King Matty. We're down to 3 teams. VP, Novo, Gentlemates. Like we talked about, the team from the east, the team from the west, and the team on high, waiting, lurking. They've been here since the beginning. Will the Gentlemates say, hey, guess what, crowd? We can play. We can put up big numbers. They've got to win this, and right now they have the advantage with the high ground. In this moment, VP needs to rotate because we know the Gentlemates are looking down on Novo. Novo swinging up. They trade out a couple. Grom's on 7. A big game regardless for all of these teams, but VP is making a giant wrap through the gas to new. VP might be perfectly executing a win right now. Again, I said they were playing textbook. The Gentlemates have to go, and they have to go now.
Look at Enkyo, he's made the position already. He's got aggressive. He's the tip of the spear and finding 2 or 3 all on his own. Noob's trying to survive as long as he possibly can. That multiplier for the positioning is going to help out a lot. Can he find any picks whilst he's at it? He falls as well. Gentlemates wipe them. A 2 versus 1 now is placed on the fall. Cams will find a lot of hollow. Enkyo and Grumlock left in a 2v2.
We knew the Gentlemates could do it, but I told you before this game they needed to close their eyes and run at teams. This time the zone blesses them, then Inkyo sprints at them, picks up 1, Novo trades him out. Inkyo excited about the game, a frustrating loss. Let's see what he can do with the self-res. Cam's gonna try to clean it up here in 2v1.
Let's see if Enkyo can find anything here. The 1v2 will be massive. Not gonna happen. The win comes in from Novo, but it's a big game from Gentlemates as well. What a game, number 1, to kick off things here.